Yeah, you got two choices, man. Take the blue or the red pill. Take the blue pill, stay your ass in the world and keep on eating microwave dinner. You wanna take the red pill? You can come out and wine and dine with me. It's a mouth, man, let's do it. I got a Kevlar mind with Teflon rhymes, antidote to venomous minds that decline the truth. Trapped in a box, stops locked, programmed to be spooked. I'm on some lynch mob shit, but the devil programmed to shoot. And got some steel at the tip of my boots just to regulate. We can get it all night and morning, just name the date. And don't hesitate, being a gangster ain't no good if your thoughts is featherweight. I don't care who got the best team, I'm here to drop the word and keep it moving like jet streams. And left to green, got my niggas moving like dope fiends. You gotta see the picture, but it ain't made from flat screens. Lemur Park and Skid Row was where he's last seen. Survivalists with holy water filled in his canteen. The boogeyman's here to put an end to American dreams. I'm out of sight of extraterrestrial beings. Everything the Most High does, I hold it sacred. I'm stopping the sun to Jacob, you still plugged in the matrix. Me, I took the red pill. Shook the snakes and the demons, keep them moving like the tracks on a treadmill. When I say I'm a Jew, I'm dead real. It's hard hats and flashlights on the hunt for Israel. We in the last days, to see the killer be killed. But niggas is caught up with talking trucks and big wheels. Heavyweight Solomon tools, I use knowledge to rule. Rejecting wisdom into actions for food. Christ is king, born to rule, let's take him to school. Open up the sword, baby, let it do what it do. Simple as that, Van Helsing the rap. I swing lefty when I'm holding the bat, righty when I'm holding the cat, man. On the highway to heaven, dipping out in the fast lane. I let my hair grow, OD'd on road game. Spit the hot shit, taking shots of propane. SOJ created our own lane. Facing for a queen, got no time for a dumb thing. Nowadays to be heard, I gotta be rude and profane. Dumb down my knowledge, make me look like I'm some lame. It's a trip of niggas with chump change, be so vain. It's the principle of truth, IQAhmath his first name. Come on, everything the Most High does, I hold it sacred. No stopping the son of Jacob, you still plugged in the matrix. Me, I took the red pill. Shook the snakes and the demons, keep it moving like the tracks on the treadmill. When I say I'm a Jew, I'm dead real. It's hard hats and flashlights on the hunt for Israel. We in the last days, to see the killer be killed. But niggas is caught up with talking trucks and big wheels. Yeah. Okay, so understand what I'm putting out there. Red pillars only, okay? You wanna take the blue pill, microwave, popcorn your ass to death, go ahead. You know, I ain't got time for that, man. I'm too focused for that. The soldiers in our roll with is too focused for that. So if you wanna get down, get your mind right, come and holler at me, you know? Because when your Howard Shah comes back, it's a rap like a gypsy mummy. A lot of these heathens wanna trip and act a fool. I thug it out for the Lord, I don't need no tattoos. We drop bombs with the Bible while you stand there baffled. Looking like you seen a ghost, I'm with the Lord of hosts. Still keep a hood, crack a yak, and we can take a toast. Cheers. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, peace, welcome to another episode of DSTM. It's your brother Ahmath IQAhmath, first name IQ is all the same. Hopefully everybody's doing well on the Shabbat, man. Everybody's checking in right now live, man. Shabbat Shalom to you. If you'll be tuning in as the time goes on, Shalom to you in advance. And if you're tuning in at a later date, Shalom to you. Hopefully everybody is solid today, man. Hopefully everybody is solid. As you know, more and more is unfolding in the world, and it is that time. It is that time that your messenger must get off this word. Man. But before we do that, man, I'm obligated to salute the saints. So let me do that real quick for those that's in the house alive right now. My brother Karatazak Kalab in the house. Shalom to you, good brother. My brothers up there in the Northwest, Uziel, Malachi, shalom to you, soldiers. Bayan Shakal in the house, shalom to you. The house of Byron, as always, shalom to y'all, family. Quab in the house, shalom to you and your household. Shalak, shalom to you. I'll be seeing you later, Lord willing. Brother Jackson, shalom to you. Carlos in the house, shalom, shalom. Rosemarie, as usual, my beloved sister, shalom to you. Ashara Watt, there he goes. 10 toes down. Shalom to you, right? Brother Jason in the house. Shalom to you. Kohaf in the house. Shalom. A staple in the DSTM community. Kohaf Marari, I should say. In the house. And again, for any and everyone else who's going to be tuning in later, man, shalom to y'all, man. Hopefully you're having a blessed Shabbat, man. As you know, it's that time. Engines is revving.
Food's already been cooked, prepared, man. It's on the tables, man. Did you wipe your feet before you came in? That's always the question of the day. Before you come on in, man, and get your grubby hands all over the table, before you even start trying to grab a napkin, a plate, a cup, did you wipe your feet before you came in the house? If you did not, you know the rules. About face, get out. Come back in when you show some manners. Wipe them feet, come on in. Everything's fine. Looks like everybody's pretty solid on that though. Let me go ahead on and make sure everything's ready to rock. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Um, Let me see here. Where do I want to begin? Because there is much to discuss. Much to discuss. I'm gonna come back to the calendar a little later because there's always more people come in as I'm airing live. So I want to make sure I maximize the time in directing everyone with the calendar. I know that there was an issue with the link that was posted on the calendar that I posted on Monday. Some of y'all clicked on it. It was telling you need permission. Some of you was unable to even access the link. That's been corrected. I'll show you how to do it towards the conclusion of DSTM. All right. Outside of that, let's get right to the business at hand. All right. Let's see here. The question is being proposed here. Many of y'all already know, man. The U.S. as of yesterday bombed 85. Let me say this: the U.S. bombed Iraq and Syria 85 times yesterday, in a promise of retaliation because of the drone attack, and I believe it was Yemen that killed 3 of our brothers and sisters that are what would seem to be the descendants of Israel. And Slow Biden has made his promises that he was going to retaliate all week. He was being pressured heavily by Republicans and other war hawks out there saying we got to get back, we got to get back, we got to do something. And Slow Biden made good on his promise and bombed the hell out of Iraq and Syria, right? So what does that mean for the world stage as it pertains to war? We've been talking about World War III for a long time now. I'm talking pre-DSTM. We've been talking World War III as far as brothers that's been in the truth for decades now. And it seems as though that dingy, window is becoming a lot more clear as we keep wiping, and we can see a lot more clearer the times that we're in right now. It's no question that the pretenses of World War III has already been ignited. All right. So it's not a clickbait. It's not some titling I'm trying to sensationalize. Well, the question is really, has World War III begun? I think we can make a strong case to say yes. All throughout the various DSTMs I've been doing for the last, at least this particular topic over the last year and a half, 2 years, chronicling as a time, measuring the time, as 2nd Ezra the 9th chapter tells us to do, we can pretty much make a fair case and say, yeah, the spark has been lit, and we're on the precipice of dealing with the final judgment of the world and the deliverance of the children of Israel. All right. So let's get to it. Let me share my screen correctly. Hold on. Let's get to it. Shalom to my brother Hoshea that just popped in. Shalom to you, bro. All right, let me get that out the way. Okay, boom. So just in case you think, oh, man, IQ be pumping stuff up, man. Oh, that brother be, sensationalizing and hyping up and clickbaiting and really. Okay, don't take it from your brother then, man. Listen to your white zaddy. Listen to boss tell you what's on their mind, what's on the headlines of different mainstream news articles all this week. This is from these particular headlines that I just clipped from January 31st, February 1st. We're talking only within the last 2-3 days. This is what's on their mind. This is what they're pumping up. This is why I question, has it begun? Look, World War III is approaching fast, and too few are willing to admit why. Oh, so in other words, there is a cover up of trying to calm down the people. Don't go out there on a limb and say, yes, we're at war right now. We can't afford everybody to be panicked. The market is gonna react funny. Oh, that they don't want to be able to do that. So they're doing these covert operations, they're utilizing proxies. Now it's getting to the point to where that can't even be hidden no more. Since the Most High continually develops this story, the true messenger, you know what I'm saying? As he continues to develop the story and it's being revealed, there's no question what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? So World War III is approaching fast, and too few are willing to admit why. The great danger is that failing at autocracies will reason that they have less to lose by starting a conflict. Here's another one. Now, this was, I believe, from the London Telegraph. Now you got another one down here from the Mirror out of the UK. World War III, 5 chilling signs. UK and US are heading for an all-out conflict amid global unrest. Is anybody else concerned or wondering what time are we in right now? We're talking about the third woe spoken of in Revelation 11, and then I believe it's also in not Leviticus. I think 16, Revelation 16. I could be wrong, but I think it's 16. But nonetheless, we know the 3 woes have been pronounced as judgment, and 3 woes meaning woe meaning destruction. Okay. World War III. 5 chilling signs the US and UK are heading for an all-out conflict amid global unrest. Are we heading for World War III? Question. Experts give their verdicts. The defense secretary has warned we are moving to a, quote, pre-war world. Top military, not a little, top military brass are talking about conscription and tensions in the Middle East show no signs of abating. Meaning what? No signs of it dying down, no signs of it slowing down, no signs of it stopping. So are we on the cusp of another world war? This is the article out of Sky News. Here's another one. Top NATO allies strike World War III deal as Putin on the brink of conflict with the West. Defense officials in a number of European countries have been warning of the growing prospect of NATO soon finding itself in a war with Russia. So here we see it on various different fronts. Which one will spark it off to where it really becomes a nuclear conflict? We'll find out. Will it be, because of the ongoing conflicts between the Palestinians and the Israelis, which also now is involving Iran, which is involving America, which is involving various other countries? Will that be the case? China and Russia have also stuck their nose into the business because Iran is their ally. Will it be that? Will it be continued on warfare between Russia and Ukraine and NATO being involved in that conflict? Will it be China and Taiwan? I mean, the possibilities are endless. Will it be between the UK and Russia? We don't know, but one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain, according to the scriptures, we've solidified what's necessary in order to come to an understanding that it has to be stamped as true. 2 Corinthians 13:1 says, this is the 3rd time I am coming to you. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established. So if we're looking at proof positive reasons to say, okay, 1 person talked about it, that's not enough. 2, 3, everything's going to be established. That's according to the word of the Most High. I just showed 4 articles and there's way more. Just for time's sake, I only posted 4 headlines only. Where are they getting that from? Going back to the law. So this is law. But the Most High says if you want to establish something, if you want to have a validation of proof, you got to have 2 or 3 witnesses. If something is to be determined to be true, it has to be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. Look at this. Deuteronomy 19:15 says, 1 witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin. So the Most High said, now, if somebody's accused of sin, 1 witness can't be the sole person that says, yeah, I saw the brother worshiping another God. Oh, yeah, I saw her commit adultery. He said that 1 ain't enough. for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. So it wasn't stipulated. There was no regulation on. You couldn't just go out there and just say, "Oh yeah, the brother lied." About what, when, where, how, and who else can attest to this? Now, if you say, "Okay, well, yeah, I got this brother and this brother also, he lied to them too." This goes back to what Yahushua was breaking down in Matthew 18, dealing with issues with another brother. We'll get that in 1 second. One witness shall not rise up against any man, rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. So it wouldn't even be heard or established or judged until 2 or 3 witnesses came to the picture, right? Even Yahushua stood on this. Obviously teaching the law. Now, why would they say Christ came to do away with the law? What? Deuteronomy 19, he's verbatim quoting. Red letter. Moreover, if thy brother trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. So where there's issues, if there's a trespass, a sin, if there's a offense that's committed, the Most High said, but both of y'all are grown enough that you should be able to talk it out. If your brother acknowledges and says, yeah, you know what, my fault, bro. I didn't realize I was offending you. I didn't realize that I did that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was really in a bad place at that particular time, man. I repented to the Most High. I'm glad that you called me out on my sin. Yeah, let me go ahead on and acknowledge my iniquity to you. The Most High said, if it goes down like that, you've gained a brother. But verse 16, but if he will not hear thee, then take with thee 1 or 2 more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. So now you bring witnesses to the table. Brother says, oh, heck no, you lying. I don't want to hear about that. I don't give a damn. I can do what I want, blah, 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 blah. Whatever the scenario is, then the Most High say, okay, you better take 2 or 3 witnesses with you this time. Go approach the brother again. Bring up the scenario. If the brother still acts a fool, you got 2 or 3 witnesses that's there to help back you up. Verse 17, and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. So if the 2 or 3 witnesses and the brother that was offended all tell the brother, you were wrong. Yes, you were in sin. Oh, brother, you were wrong. Yes, you offended this brother. I would be offended. This brother would have been. And the brother keeps saying, middle finger to all of y'all. I don't give a damn. Then he said, if he don't want to hear that, then it must be brought to the church. You don't take it to the church and don't become church business until you've gone through these particular steps. But if he neglect to hear the church, now he tells the church, man, I don't need this. I don't need your camp. I don't need your congregation. Da, 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 da. Okay. Let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. So it shows you even that Yahushua also shows you the separation between Israel and the heathen. He said, man, treat him like a heathen then and a publican. Where do we see that Christ loved everybody? He already made a specific category of a person who is wicked, unacceptable, that should be deterred and stayed away from, as you would treat a heathen and a publican, right? So we just seen 4 witnesses establishing the fact that the question of the day, outside of did you wipe your feet? Because I already established that. Outside of that is, hey, are we in the beginnings of World War III? Has it begun? I've already said, I'm on record saying, yeah. Now the media wants to catch up and they want to start putting this out there. All right. Let's continue on. Look, picture 3 American soldiers. I'm sure all of y'all have seen this by now, right? But let me bring this point out. We know that they were all Jakes, all of them from Georgia. 3 American soldiers, age 23, 24, and 46, who were killed in early morning Iran-backed drone strike on their base in Jordan. Now, very interestingly enough, there's been other troops that's been killed in war. There's been other incidences I mean, America's been bombed over 70 times and been attacked over 70 times within the last year through drone attacks, through proxy wars with Iran and other nations that they've had issues with. They've been getting hit up a lot, right? But why are these three so important to the factor of retaliation and the need to get, I was meditating on it. I was like, because I'm listening to some of these little Edomite pundits and all that. They're like, yeah, this was terrible. I mean, we know the people who got bombed and we lost some soldiers, but it's not enough for us to go to war. I mean, we can't just go and do all. There's been some who's out there been like, no. Yeah, it's unfortunate they died, but we can't, jump off the bridge for them. But in the spirit of things, I looked at, I said, oh, could these three, their deaths, be what causes World War III to really kick off? Could it be at the hands and the blood of the Israelites, of three so-called Negroes, that caused everything to go down? Could their deaths cause the rest of the nation to start waking up even more because of the escalations of warfare and whatnot? Because what ends up happening when things get turned up, according to the word of the Lord? Let me get one more tab open. I think Hosea. It might be Hosea 5. Yeah. Look at this in Hosea 5:15. What happens when Israel goes through affliction? What happens when the heat gets turned up? Hosea 5:15 says, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. So the Most High has been turned his face on us. He told us that all the way back in Deuteronomy. I believe it's 32 and 20. I might be off on that, but when the Most High said that he was going to turn his back on us, he's going to see what our end will be. He's going to make us envious or jealous of no people, right? But he says he's going to return to his place till they acknowledge their offense. So the Most High is waiting on us to repent and seek his face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. See, when stuff starts going bad, when we start realizing the affliction is real, oppression is real, we start seeing all of the hell breaking loose, Israel's going to start running, looking for answers, looking to repent, looking to get right. And that's going to only mean that the children of Israel are going to start getting more sealed, more solid. The number of the elect is going to be more solidified. But what's it going to take? What's it going to take? Oh, so we got 3 Jakes plastered all over the news that's caused America to go and retaliate. But look at this in 1 Peter. First Peter, now, we know if we're looking at this from you're looking at this from a perspective of Job 11:6 tells us that things are twofold in the scriptures, right? Now look at this. 1 Peter 4:17 says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So look, the Most High said that judgment must begin with the house of the Most High, which is the house of Israel. So all judgment is going to happen based upon what happens to Israel. Israel is going to be judged first. We know 2/3 of our people is going to be destroyed for rebelliousness and the refusal to repent. You understand what I'm saying? But now we're seeing even world events is going to be happening based upon the judgment of the Most High. And what happened to the children of Israel? You dig what I'm saying? And now we even see in verse 18, it says, if the righteous scarcely be saved, this ain't going to be no cakewalk. Knowing that you Israel, I mean, going back to those who remember the G.I. Joe cartoon and from the 80s, at the end of every show, they always had a little lesson to be learned. And it always says, You know, little kid crossing the street and one of the little G.I. Joe characters pops out and says, hey, you got to make sure you will look both ways. Cars is coming. You can get hit. And the kid will say, oh, thanks. Now I know. And the G.I. Joe character would say, knowing is half the battle. Knowing that you Israelite, that ain't enough. There's plenty of our people running around talking about, yeah, I know I'm Israel. Yeah, we're the people. I know. Yeah. You hear that all the time. Knowing ain't enough. Live learning and applying the law, statutes, and commandments, being an example to the flock, being out there in the highways and the byways, being seen as a teacher of the Lord, going out, gathering the lost sheep of Israel, preaching the gospel of repentance. That's what it's going to take. Sisters out there, displaying yourselves as virtuous vessels, man. Taking care of your households, taking care of your children, taking care of your husbands. And if you're not married, being submissive to the laws and the statutes of the Most High, presenting yourselves as a virtuous daughter of the Lord, prepared and ready to serve. These are all things that we have to be able to do. And the Lord said that alone might get us saved, scarcely. He said, what about the ungodly and the sinner? How are they going to appear? Please. They've got two chances, slim and none, and slim is out of town. So here we're seeing judgment happening, and it began with the house of the Most High. We're seeing these three so-called Negroes getting put to death. And now guess what? America's got to do what it didn't want to do. It didn't, you know, they was trying to fall back. Slow Biden, I think, said, no, it wasn't him. It was the House Speaker, John Kirby. He just said last week, he was like, we're not looking for a war with Iran. We don't want to do it. Boom. Now all the pressure's on. No, you got to go. You got to step up and do something now on behalf of these three Israelites that got killed. They may not have been in the truth, but we know those are our people. We know those are our people. You're going to have to do something. Now they're in the mix to where you can't sit back and hide behind politics and sanctions and everything else. Oh, no. The Most High is going to make you step up, and you're going to have to address this situation. Isaiah 51:17 says, awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem. So it's time for Israel to wake up. Let me hold that. Let me get one more in Isaiah 40. I'm gonna try to slow down too. I just be having so much to get off. And I know a few of y'all been like, IQ, man, you be moving, man. I'm be trying to catch up. I'm writing down notes. I'm missing. I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna try to slow down. All right. I'm gonna try to slow down. Let's look at Isaiah 40 real quick. 1 and 2. It says, comfort ye, my people, saith your God. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. So when the men of Israel are out there and we teaching, whether it's online, out on the streets, whether you're talking to your neighbor, your best friend, your relative, you got a website, a blog, what the Lord said, when you do so, you got to acknowledge that the warfare is accomplished between the battles and the doors of grace being opened up for the children of Israel to seek the face of the Lord again. Remember, the Most High said he's going to hide his face from us. Now the Lord said, I'm open. I'm ready to listen. Who's ready to come humbly and say, Lord, I repent. I'm sorry. I acknowledge my iniquities. I want to change. I don't want to be the same old me no more. Yeah, I used to think it was, I used to be embarrassed, man, walking around my fringes. So I used to cover them up. I used to not wear them. Now I'm out. I'm wearing them. I don't care. Yeah, I used to struggle with that cigarette. I used to struggle with weed, Father. I used to think it was okay. I could smoke both and, still seek your face and you'll have favor on me just because I knew I was Israelite. And no, I'm ready to give it all up. I realized I was defiling my temple. I realized that my temple is symbolic and spiritual of the ancient temple that was built for you to dwell in. And you can't be in a place defiled like that. I want to do right. See, that's what we're supposed to be teaching our people. Lord, I know I used to go out there and be a harlot and do what I do and take advantage of men and get them for their money and you know what? I need to change my ways. I need to be more virtuous. I need to become a new creature. I can't be putting myself out there and opening my legs to every Tom, Dick, and Harry and so forth and so on. Lord, help me repent. The Lord said the warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. So now we're getting an opportunity to seek the face of the Most High 10 times the more in the spirit of repentance. So when we're seeing, oh, things are escalating up right now, warfare is being plastered all over the news, all over the place, now we're understanding and seeing why, because the Lord said your iniquity's pardoned. I'm getting ready to open up the floodgates of affliction, Jacob's trouble, World War III, so forth and so on. Now's the time that you want to get right so that you can be protected and shielded when the incoming doom happens. And Lord willing, we get checked, we get pardoned and slid up on these chariots. He said, let Israel know her iniquities pardoned, for she have received of the Lord's hand double for her sins. We didn't pay the price, man. We done went through hell and back and still sitting in the flames of affliction. Verse 3, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of Yahweh, make straight in the desert a highway for our power. So, we're here crying out in the wilderness, trying to wake our people up in the spirit and in the flesh, trying to get our people to wake up and understand the times that we're in. Going back to Isaiah 51 now. Isaiah 51. It says, awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. See that? Children of Israel, man, we've been sipping on that drink of affliction heavy. And the fury of the Lord, we felt it. 15 through 68 of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, them curses ring bells. Right? We've been drinking of the Lord's fury, but guess what? Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. So we see how the Lord pours out his cup of fury. When he comes down to judgment, he pours it out. We've had a full glass, double portion, so forth and so on, right? But guess what? The nations have got to get theirs too. So when we're seeing all of this aspects of world war, why the nations all upset and why they get into it, it's because now is their time. It's their time. Jeremiah 25. We're going to read 14 down. It says, for many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands. So the works of their own hands, they're over there drumming up the nukes, the drones, the high capacity magazine rifles, the 50 cals. They're over there with the Humvees and the helicopters and the Black Hawks and F-16s. The Lord said they're going to be used against themselves. He's going to render their works render the works of their own hands. The smith that was pronounced, I believe, in Jeremiah 51. The creator of all these weapons, man. Esau out there living by the sword. The Lord said, oh, you love the sword, huh? Well, you're going to love it when the works of your own hands destroys you. He said he's going to recompense them to their deeds. So when the judgment goes out, we see these three Israelites get killed. And some Edomites out there saying, well, why we got to go to war for these three black folks, man? Come on, we don't want to do that. We just want to protect the border, F that border. The Most High said, man, you're going to get it from all angles, all sides. Continuing on, it says, for thus saith the Most High Yahweh, the power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I said thee to drink it. Oh, Yemen, you gonna drink some. Iran, you drinking some. Iraq, you drinking some. Syria, you drinking some. America, you drinking some. Russia, you gonna drink some. Ukraine, you drinking some. Japan, you drinking some. North Korea, swallow down. Hey, South Korea, open wide. GMO small hats over there living in our land, the Israelis, oh, you definitely gonna open up. Palestinians, open wide. You dig what I'm saying? Ishmael over there, the United Arab Emirates, open up. All of y'all gonna drink. And some. Continuing on, it says, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad. They ain't gonna like how it tastes. They ain't gonna like what they about to go through because of the sword that I will send among them. So the Most High sent the sword already. We've read in 2 Ezra 16 that Most High, when he pulls back the bow, who's gonna turn it around? Let's go. Let me get that real quick. Second is let me I might as well go by all the way up. All the way up. One down, right? Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. So we see all the nations throughout the four corners of the earth, they're all going to be involved in this. In particular, we see Syria. Didn't Syria just get bombed yesterday? And Slow Biden says, oh, and we're going to keep bombing whenever we feel like it. We're going to get that in a second. Gird up yourselves with sackcloth and hair. Beware your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. So we're going to see nothing but destruction and mayhem coming up. They're going to experience it first. These are the nations, Middle East, China, Asia, Africa. They're gonna feel it first before it gets to the goose with the golden egg over here, the mother of harlots, Babylon. They're gonna start feeling it. America's gonna get it, and America's gonna get it the worst because America's gonna be destroyed. Saving the best for last. Verse 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? I'm going to stop there. Once things go, there ain't no turning back. Ain't no turning back. There's not going to be enough peace marches. There's not going to be enough protests. There's not going to be enough negotiations and sanctions and money exchanges. It's going to say, man, calm down here. Take this bribe. Let's cool out. Let's just get this money. No. The fury of the wrath of the cup of the Most High has already been poured out, man. Verse 15, one more time. For thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna go crazy. It is what it is. Verse 17, then took I the cup at the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom Yahweh had sent me. You understand? So this is what's going on. The nations are now swallowing down. They're getting ready to get a whole mouthful, a double shot. You go to the bar and you like, oh, give me a shot of whiskey. Make it a double. Oh, yeah, they about to definitely get lit. Why can't I spell Psalms right? Okay. I guess I just can't spell Psalms correctly. I think I want Psalm 75. Psalm 75. And we're going to read 7 and 8. It says, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. That's exactly what's going on right now. The Most High is playing chess. The Most High is getting ready to have the end of Esau's kingdom come to a close. And the beginning of it that followeth is Jacob's kingdom under Hamashiach Yahushai, the reign of our king, man, the prophesied Messiah of the children of Israel is going to be ruling over his people and the kingdom of heaven. Okay. He's getting ready to put down one and set up another. Verse 8, for in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is a full mixture. And he poureth out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. You understand? So this is what we're involved in, man. The Most High mixed up the drink, getting ready to serve it up. The nations got their mouths wide open and they're drinking as we're seeing bombs drop, drones getting hit, shot down out the skies, and we keep hearing about all these particular aspects of World War III coming to the table. It's all right here. The Lord didn't already start pouring out them drinks, man, and the nations are drinking it. This is why they're acting as such. This is why we're in the situation that we're in right now. Job 21, we're going to read 17. It says, how oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft come their destruction upon them? The Most High distributed sorrows in his anger. So, it took 3 Jakes, man, to actually get America to go do some heavy lifting over there in the Middle East. But that's the will of the Lord. Are their families going to be in sorrow? Absolutely. Are the families over there, them 85 people that got, I think they said 30 people died over there in between Syria and Iraq. Yeah. Sorrows is going to be lifted up. You think it's sorrows going on over there in Palestine? I think they said over 10, 20,000 people's already dead within the last 3 months. 4 months. We're at the end of January. We started in October. Think it's sorrows going on over there in Ukraine and Russia and everything. You damn right. But guess what? The Most High said, hey, the candles of the wicked got to get put out. Destruction is here. Verse 18, they are as stubble before the wind and as chaff that the storm carried away. The Most High said this ain't nothing but stubble in the way. They got to get blown out, moved out the way to make way for the children of Israel. Verse 19, the Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. Verse 20, his eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. See, the revolution is going to be televised. He's going to see his destruction. Esau going to see his destruction. The wicked is going to see everything that's going on. This is why all the newscasters on there, all the media hype is up there. Everybody got phones, X and Twitter, whichever one you prefer to call it. People are posting up all different kind of videos and protests and bombs and destruction going on and ain't getting seen by most people. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be critical that everybody see what's going on. So it ain't gonna be some old I wonder if. I'm gonna get Psalms right one time. Let me tell you. Psalms 11 says, verse 5. The Most High trieth the righteous. See, this is the trial period that we're in right now. We're going to go through the afflictions. We're going to go through the trials. We're going to see what it is for us to maintain our righteousness, which is the keeping of the laws and the commandments. You see in Jake's, man, it's a lot of Israelites out there, I'm sure, falling short, falling off, leaving the truth, leaving their congregation camps, turning rebellions. Now all of a sudden it's a big old controversy about the anti-camp situation going on. You got all kind of foolishness going on out there. The Lord said this is all trials to see where is the righteous going to stand. But the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hated. Well, who loves violence more than the so-called white man? If the Lord said that his blessing was going to be to live by the sword, he's identified as the wicked. Job 9:24, we all know that. The earth's been given into the hand of the wicked. So we know the so-called white man runs and rules the earth. He's been identified as the wicked. And what's another characteristic of the wicked is he loves violence. The Lord said, I hate him. But the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. No, but God loves everybody. I guess there's contradictions there. Somebody lying. It ain't the Lord. Verse 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. Fire, brimstone, raining snares. You hearing about these ICBM missiles, nukes, bombs, fire and destruction. That's going to be the portion that destroys the wicked. 2/3 of Israel is going to get hit up. The nations is going to get hit up. America for sure is going to get hit up. And the Lord has begun. He's already began breaking down all of these particular aspects of warfare, right? So look what it took to start it though. The death of 3 of our own for America to jump out and say, you know what, we don't want to have to do it, but damn it, it's election year. If Slow Biden doesn't do it, the whole world's going to look at him as being weak. I mean, everybody already thinks that anyway. But as a show of good faith and courage to try to garner some votes, especially for the Negroes who's already on the fence, they're already leaving, saying, "Hey, we ain't voting for him again." Now he can stand on this and say, "Hey, man, look what I did for you niggas. I went and bombed 85 times Syria and Iraq, looking for the Iran proxies because they killed them poor Negroes from Georgia. You know, this is what they're gonna utilize, man. So here we see it. All praise to the Most High. Things is moving. Let's continue. U.S. troops killed, wounded in Jordan. Attack blamed on Iranian proxies. We read that. I mean, we've already discussed that, but here we see here. I did want to look at this real quick, just for anybody who wasn't hip to the update on what happened. So the U.S. strikes more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria in initial barrage of retaliatory strike. This is just the beginning. See that? The initial barrage of retaliatory attack. So it ain't gonna be just one. We're gonna see it in a minute too. The military action is a significant escalation in Washington's bid to deter the growing threat from Iran-backed groups across the Middle East. Let's continue. Now, look at here. U.S. military forces struck targets at 7 facilities tied to attacks on U.S. personnel in the region. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told reports U.S. Central Command said the facilities included command and control operations, intelligence centers, rockets and missiles, and drone storage sites. But look what Slow Biden says. Our response began today. So he's saying this is just the beginning. It will continue at times and places of our choosing, Slow Biden said in a statement. So he says this is just the beginning, and we're going to continue whenever we feel like it. Now, obviously, for military and strategic reasons, you're not going to say we're going to bomb them again tomorrow and next week on Thursday. And no, he's saying we're going to continue bombing anytime we feel like it, which is an open statement of war. Let it be known. Iraq, Syria, they're going to have to go back and beg daddy Iran for help, because they don't want to go back again and have to go through another desert storm again. The people still ain't recovered. The United States does not seek conflict in the Middle East or anywhere else in the world. Too late for that, Slow Biden. You've already started conflict. It's already began, right? But let all those who might seek to do us harm know this. If you harm an American, we will respond. So now Slow Biden's getting tough, man. Remember, they was dragging their feet on the response. They were dragging their feet talking about, will we respond? We need to respond, but are we going to respond? Maybe. We're discussing options. Now is no question. So statements have been made. Everybody understands and knows where it's going down, right? So we see here, troops was killed. But look what the rest of the little Republican and Democrat war hawks, man, they said they wanted bombs directly on Iran. See, Slow Biden and them, they tiptoed around. They said, "Well, hit Iraq, hit Syria." They like, no, go right to the root of the problem. Hit Iran up. Now, if they hit Iran up, we definitely would be going. It be going down. But they hitting around the borders. They saying that the proxies are operating out of Syria and Iraq. But they're not ready to go directly with Iran yet. See, President Biden is facing calls from congressional hawks to escalate attacks on Iran-linked targets, including within Iran itself, in response to the deaths of 3 U.S. service members in a drone attack in Jordan. Why it matters. Heeding those calls would risk significantly expanding and drawing the U.S. further into an already growing regional conflict that has sprung up as a result of the Israel and Hamas war. Last night, 3 U.S. service members were killed and many wounded during an unmanned aerial drone attack on our forces stationed in northeast Jordan near the Syria border. Biden said in a statement on Sunday morning. So they want it worse. They want it worse. All right. Subsequently, that's ridiculous. There is a lot of folly going on out there. And I made mention about my theory is that there's definitely infiltrations of agents within Israel. There's people out there with alternative ulterior motives, man. Be it from their spouses, they married to a heathen, got family that's heathens, whatever, and they switching up doctrines to perpetuate things that just aren't scriptural. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of confusion and folly. There's all of a sudden now, when things are really starting to heat up, confusion within the doctrine of the Israelites becomes another poignant point. We've seen it, went through it for years on end, but now it's such a critical moment. Some of these doctrines are resurrecting themselves and popping up again out of nowhere. That's how Satan works. Trying to drag some down with them, But let's continue. Russia and China warn against cycle of retaliation. So look who decides to get involved. Look who decides to make their voices known. Russia and China now are saying, hold up. If you go and hit Iran directly, we're on your $. This is why America didn't go directly and just hit up Iran. They went and hit up Iraq, Syria, hit around the border towns. The weaker nations that they know they can pump. China and Russia already went on record and said, do it and see what happens. Iran said, do it and see what happens. Russia and China warn against cycle of retaliation as Biden threatens to target their ally Iran after drone attack killed 3 U.S. soldiers. The United States has vowed to respond to a drone attack on its base in Jordan, but Beijing and Moscow have both urged Biden to show restraint as he reportedly plots with targets to strike in retaliation against Iran in this process. So did slow Biden listen to China and Russia? No. This is why they said, man, the conflict in the Middle East will not be abated. I mean, it won't be simmered down. It won't be slowed down, and they're going to stop. Russia and China have rushed to the defense of their ally, Iran, and urged the United States to show restraint in its response to the killing of 3 American soldiers. The United States has vowed to respond with a drone attack. We see all of that. But we're seeing who's who, right? So Russia and China have already came out and said if Iran gets hit directly, you know what time it is. Why would they say that? We've gone there, been there 1,000,001 times, but guess what? As long as it's prophetic and it's relevant, we got to look at it again. Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. We're just going to read 4 and 5. This is speaking about Russia. The Most High said he's going to turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army. Horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. So we see Russia is going to be prepared for war. It's going to get pulled into a war. It's going to be dragged in. It's going to be hook, line, and sinker, pulled in, hooks in the jaws, going to be controlled by the Lord. Their armies are going to be assembled. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Who's going to be with them? Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Persia is Iran. Okay, this is why Russia has such a deep interest and an affinity for being there as an ally for Iran, because the Lord made that particular union. Okay, dropping down, I'm going to read verse 7. It says, be thou prepared and prepare thyself. So why is the Lord saying that they need to be prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them? It's going to be Russia's job to get Iran's back, to be a guard, be a protector, be a shield for Iran. Okay, this is why they did it economically with the BRICS. They're doing it through various means of economical warfare and actual asymmetrical warfare when it comes down to bombs, planes, trains, automobiles, everything else. All right. So there you have it. Russia and China jumping in. Wondering whether or not is America really already privately, quietly going to war. Look, 300 more troops are headed to the Middle East amid constant drone and rocket attack. But what are they telling you? Oh, Taylor Swift's going to the Super Bowl with her boyfriend. Don't worry about it. Hey, the Grammys is coming up. Go back to sleep. I showed the article, maybe 3 weeks ago, that said that they were getting recruits out of New Jersey. So they're already pulling troops out of America, sending them over there. These are just the ones that we know of that they're going on record acknowledging. I'm sure they've been dragging them up out of there, motivating them over there on all the military bases in the surrounding countries in America, because they got over 700 of them all over the world, and they're all on alert, right? But when they're pulling them from America too, what's that telling them? There's going to be, a lot more activity jumping off that's anticipated in the Middle East. Israel and Lebanon are preparing for a war. Neither wants, but many fear is becoming inevitable. Why they say they neither one of them want it? Because guess what? The Most High is making them drink that cup of fury. Remember that? It said, hey, the nation gonna drink it and gonna be mad. Most High said, guess what? You're gonna drink. So Israel and Lebanon are preparing for a war. Neither one of them wants, but many fear is becoming inevitable. Of course it is. The prospect of a full-scale war between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah militia terrifies people on both sides of the border, but some see it as inevitable fallout from Israel's ongoing war against Hamas in Gaza. Such a war could be the most destructive either side has ever experienced. So when we see those things, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Well, what did Daniel tell us? Daniel 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. So we have a protector. We have a guard for us. Michael, he's going to stand up in defense of Israel. Revelation 12 even tells us that. He's going to stand up. And the host of angels standing up for us, right? And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. So when there's trouble, a time of trouble, i.e. Jacob's trouble, i.e. World War III, global affliction, and it's realized that we ain't never gone through nothing like this before. So when we just get through reading a headline like that, going back to this article real quick, it says such a war could be the most destructive either side has ever experienced. This goes back to what the scriptures is acknowledging. We're going to see things that's never before happened before, recorded before, understood, or experienced before. What did Daniel say? There's going to be a time such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's what we laboring for. That's what we praying for. That's what we fasting for. That's what we going through. All of this hell and affliction, the rejections, and dealing with the kinship of going through the afflictions of Hamashiach Yahushua. This is what we're going through for, man. The Lord willing, we find our names written in that book of salvation, written in the book of life, that we get delivered. But it's not going to happen until that time, until this trouble comes and never been seen before since there's been a nation formed. So forget about World War II, World War I, the Korean War, the Spanish-American War, Civil War. Forget about all of the wars of the Crusades. Hey, the Lord said, look, don't even think that you've seen anything like this before. I don't give a damn what Steven Spielberg done made, uh, Michael Bay, and all these other big Hollywood directors, man, to try to show you something that, what's the other dude's name? Mel Gibson. He said, look, you can't mimic, you can't interpret what the Lord is going to deliver in that day. We ain't seen it yet. Right? Continuing on. All right. It says Israel and Hezbollah have lessons from their last war in 2006, a month-long conflict that ended in a draw. They've also had 4 months to prepare for another war, even as the United States tries to prevent a widening of the conflict. So another war, rumors of wars. Trident to launch. Britain to test fire nuke missile in major show of force with sub launching 44 feet. Trident 2 for the first time since 2016. So Great Britain, they're over there testing their nukes. The Trident. Why are they worried about getting their nukes prepared? Haven't we been seeing that? Hasn't that been the trend over the last year? Some change. North Korea's been getting their nukes prepared. Japan's been getting their nukes prepared. America's been prepping. Russia has. China has. The UK has. Everybody's on this nuke talk, right? We've been documenting and showing it all throughout the time. So now the UK is getting in their test firing their nukes. See, obviously, maybe they already have bypassed the fact of saying, listen, if we're going to war, it's going to go here. Get the nukes ready. Nobody's talking about just regular warfare, man, regular bombs and, F-16s and whatever the case may be, these little drone attacks. Everybody's like, once this thing really goes, it's going nuclear. Well, the Lord already acknowledged that for us, that the Most High is going to melt this place with fervent heat. He talked about the bows and the arrows is going to be slung at throughout the earth, destroying the wicked. So the fact that all these nations are sitting back saying, you know what, this next thing is going nuclear, we're not even going to mess around, that should be telling. That should be telling. Exclusive. Biden giving chilling nuclear warning over attacking Iran after kamikaze drone kills his troops. Ex-UN weapons inspector David Albright said Iran may accelerate its already well-developed nuclear weapons program if the U.S. decides to launch direct strikes on their territory. So because they didn't do a direct strike, doesn't mean that Iran is not fast-forwarding their development of nukes. See, they had all them sanctions all throughout the 2000s and early 2000s and whatnot, where they couldn't mess with no nuclear power. They couldn't mess with any nuclear energy to create weapons. They since broke that sanction, cuddled up cozy with Russia, selling them drones and everything else. And now they said, well, look, now in exchange, we need some of that knowledge about these nukes. And they said they can develop a nuke within a year, less than that, really. So they said, man, if Biden ever hits Iran, they're going to immediately ramp up their nuke program so they can get prepared to retaliate. All right, so Iran's talking nukes too. But look at this here. Remember I said last year going into this year, we see how ridiculous this damn election is looking like. And in order for there to be some sort of confusion or to fast track people's thinking on, let's just make sure that we get this the president in that's going to best handle this war. Well, in order to get World War III, we said maybe it might be a false flag that goes down. A false flag might be necessary in order to get this thing cracking. Just look at this. U.S. mixed up enemy friendly drones in attack that killed the 3 troops. So what they're saying is that the American defenses got mixed up. They thought that the drones that was coming, that ended up bombing and killing those 3 Jakes and injuring others, they thought it was a friendly, and they let it through. Did y'all know that? Maybe y'all did. Maybe you did. So when we're looking at really what happened, America could have stopped it if they had their intelligence game up, or did they know? That's all. We don't know. I mean, we're dealing with the devil. He said, "Oh, we saw the drone, but we thought it was a friendly, so we didn't shoot it down or take action." Oops. And now, would that give them a reason to actually trigger World War III? Would that be a reason? Because look, the economy's all jacked up. Despite what they talk about, the job report and everything else, right? Despite that, war makes money. That's what opens up the war bonds and the checks coming out and people betting on, who's going to win. The economy gets to stimulating. They get to print up more money. Defense packages gets approved. They start getting all this money. War will generate funds. War will make people, stop in their tracks. If it's looking like, Trump is leading this down the third. Oh, we can't have no changes right now. Everybody just stay the course. Vote slow Biden back in, so we're not having a change of philosophy of rulership in the midst of a war. We can't do that. Either way, both of them going to continue with the war. So what's the difference? But ironically, America got mixed up. Are they even out there repenting for that? Are they out there acknowledging they fought for that? Any accountability at all? No. Did they address the families and say, you know what? We're very sorry. We made a mistake. There was definitely an incoming drone. We thought it was a friendly, and we failed to take action, and that's how your family members got killed. It's on us. We knew it was dangerous. We didn't do anything to protect them. We're very. Did they do that? Of course not. They needed a reason to go to war. They needed a reason to really jump in there, man. So, be that as it may, the Most High playing chess, Esau out here playing when he's speaking fair, believe him not. You understand what I'm saying? So it really went down like that. A oops moment at the hands of the Biden administration. But let's continue. Israeli undercover forces dressed as women and medics stormed the West Bank hospital, killing 3 militants. They just had a little raid going into this West Bank hospital, man. And here you got the GMO Jews over there dressing as women, breaking Torah. Imagine that. But those are people of the Lord, though, right? Y'all know the law. Y'all know the law. Deuteronomy 22:5 said, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Most High Yahweh." What did it say that these people who claim they're you, who claim that they're the people, that they're the chosen, the same ones that's crawling in rat tunnels and the same ones who's let me calm down. Because I don't want no problems. But anyway, they're out here dressing undercover as women, man, dressing up as women, doing little assassinations in hospitals, breaking all kind of laws of the Torah. But they're the people, though, right? Give me a damn break. Israeli forces disguised as civilian women and medical workers stormed the hospital Tuesday in the occupied West Bank, killing 3 Palestinian militants in a dramatic raid that underscored how deadly violence has spilled into the territory from the war in Gaza. There was something else that went down. I forgot what it was, man. There was still the 3 Israelis did some other foul stuff, man, and then Slow Biden put a sanction on them. Just them 3. Told them that they couldn't utilize American currency banks and couldn't travel to America no more. It's some foolishness, man. I don't have time to go there. Maybe Lord willing, I'll double back on another DS10. But maybe I'll just see the headline. Maybe I'll find the headline real quick. Yeah, some over Israeli settlers. Biden sanctions Israeli settlers accused of attacking Palestinians and peace activists in the West Bank. It was only 3 of them. Well, no, 4. Slow Biden on Thursday issued an executive order that targets Israeli settlers in the West Bank who have been accused of attacking Palestinians and Israeli peace activists in the occupied territory, imposing financial sanctions and visa bans. An initial round against 4 individuals. I mean, can you really say that's a damn sanction? Come on, man. This damn wicked demon, man. You ain't seen him more active within the last 4 years, man. Here he is trying to forgive your student loans. He's running over here, going up there to East Palestine where the chemical spill with the trains went off. He's what he do? I mean, this dude's all over the place trying to garner some damn votes. Just authorize the bombing for the 3 Jakes. Doing whatever he can, man, trying to get some damn votes. You understand? 4 damn Palestinians over there killing and harassing and not Palestinians, Israelis, attacking and doing all kind of folly to the Palestinians. They say, hold on, we're going to lay sanctions on you. Just you 4. Not all of the small hat GMOs. No, just the 4. Economic sanctions and visa bans. That should do it. You don't knock it off. So here they are dressing up as women, breaking the laws of the Most High to go find and kill some Palestinians that they're claiming that were militants. Israel military sees it taking all of 2024 to eliminate Hamas threat or longer. So if we're wondering how long are they anticipating the war to continue on, they're saying it's going to take all of this year, might be even longer than that. And you dang right, it's going to be longer than that because it's going to escalate with America getting more involved, with Hezbollah getting more involved. It's going to be a lot more fireworks that go off, more surprises, more false flags, more things is going to keep this thing going. Look at this now. Let me tiptoe around this subject real quick. So we're off the war right now. We're moving into the next phase of America and the world, Esau, global leaders, revving up the next thing that we need to be concerned with. Remember, we've already talked about disease X, I should say. I'm talking about disease X damn near almost a year ago. I remember in the spring of last year, bringing up disease X and all the rest of the triggers that they've got prepared, ready to release for the next phase of the quote unquote Agenda 2030, Great Reset, new NWO, I should say, because I noticed, man, like when I did the class, what was it? Last week about mentioning the NWO in China and Russia announcing that they were going to have an NWO. YouTube put a damn notification on my video because I was mentioning the new global order. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, damn, these little bots be listening and they tagging videos to scrutinize anybody watching, you know. And I know when they do that, that automatically means they're going to shadow ban and they're going to restrict people from watching or sharing the videos and all the other stuff. So I gotta watch it. But look at this: brutal trials, horror picks show inside America's disease lab, where monkeys and pigs are given deadly diseases in Wuhan-like experiments. The lab is in Montana and has come under scrutiny for other worrying reasons. So here they are in America, in Montana, you know, home of the Crow Indians, Lakota, and Blackfoot, Flathead, I believe. You know, my people is up there. And here they are drumming up brutal trials and experiments. Why are they doing this type of stuff? You know it's dangerous. You know it's wicked. If everybody remembers that movie Contagion, after they went and came up with the little inhaling vax, you understand? All of a sudden, now they want to talk about, well, let's save it for later. You remember at the end of the movie, they threw the vials in a little cryogenic chamber for future use. Photos and footage obtained by Watchdog Coat Waste showed scientists at the Rocky Mountain lab sedating monkeys and pigs and carrying out experiments with deadly viruses. Carrying out experiences with deadly viruses. White Coat Waste has described the lab, I mean, as if the situation in 2019, 2020 from a leak. Oops, it got out the lab somehow. We don't know. Oh, well, it was the bats. And you would think that they like cancel all experience. Stop all of this. We're not doing this no more. Look what happened last time. No, they're full steam ahead, man. They done shifted to fifth. They was rolling in second, hit the third, hit the fourth, and now they're like, you know what? Let's go all in. Hit the fifth, and now you got some cars that got 6 gears. That's what they're getting ready to hit to the 6th one. White Coat Waste has described the lab as a bioagent super lab that infects animals with highly contagious and deadly diseases such as Ebola, Lassa fever, Nipah, and even the plague. What is that? There is no suggestion the footage shows any illegal activity at the facility run by the U.S. government. Hello? The facility run by the U.S. government's National Institutes of Health, but the lab has come under scrutiny in recent months. Last year, White Coat Waste revealed that the lab was experimenting with SARS-like viruses just a year before the outbreak as part of a collaboration with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Did you hear that? I'm going to read that one more time. Last year, White Coat Waste revealed that the lab was experimenting with SARS-like viruses just a year before that big outbreak as part of a collaboration. They're working together with Wuhan Institute of Virology. Oh, boy. And someone, you talk about a foolish nation. You wonder, well, but that's the so-called white man for you, man. He revels in this foolishness, man. He loves destruction, death, mayhem. They said, oh, they're not doing anything illegal. Really? People lives on the line, man. Plague, viruses spreading all over the place, man. They popping up with these new solutions to throw up in your arms. They know what they're doing. Proverbs 21:12 says, the righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked. So here we are looking into the house of the wicked. All these damn labs they got in there cooking up all kind of deadly infectious diseases, killing off animals, sedating them with all kind of damn who knows what, all based upon seeing how will it react to a human. The closest animals that they have that they can see for reactionary things based upon, I think they said either cells or genes or something like that. That's why they always use mice, pigs, and monkeys, because they can compare and contrast human reaction based upon those particular animals' reactions, I guess. You know, I ain't no damn scientist, but I did read and understand that these are the most these animals are the most kindred cell structures and stuff like that, like humans. It says, but the Most High overthrow the wicked for their wickedness. So the Most High is going to overthrow them for all this foolishness, man. But I mean, what the hell is wrong with this dude? But we know what's wrong with him, man. He's the damn. Sometimes it seems unbelievable. It's like, what is this dude really sick? Okay, yeah, he's plotting and planning death on people, man. If you're talking about how to reduce populations and things like that, man, we see how and what they're going to utilize. How are they going to get people to submit to particular laws of quarantine, stay home laws, restrictions from travel, how you're going to be able to function in society. The only way you can do it is if you can prove that you've actually went through the protocols to be safe to be out. Where's your passport? Where's your digital ID? You understand what I'm saying? They got to create a scenario of oppression that people will submit to, that people will beg for because they don't like how things have been going. They don't like how things have been going. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. This damn dog is tripping. All right, Shalaki. So, you know, I know we talked about where was I at? Dealing with how they're going to create a scenario that they want to be able to get people into a particular oppressive situation to where they will abide by whatever in order to get back their quote unquote freedoms and their way of life. Remember, they always kept talking about the new normal, the new normals. You understand? We talked about Demolition Man last week, right? So I watched it again this week, and I had to write down a couple of things that they said the future was going to be like. They said these are the things that was restricted. Number one, it was your speech. You couldn't cuss and all that other stuff. You get stricken up for that. And I know y'all remember that. But they said chocolate, gas. What are they doing? What have they been proposing so far? Because of global warming and everything else, we got to get rid of gas vehicles. We got to get rid of these gas operated machineries and things of that nature. We got to go electric. So they said chocolate, gas, meat. Well, what have they been proposing all this time with meat too? What are they over there having these the farmers in Germany and the UK and the Netherlands and all? They're over there restricting the farmers, telling them that their environmental practices of farming and agriculture is hurting the earth and they need to be shut down. Can't have cows, can't have beef no more. The carbon emissions coming from their farts and all that other stuff are destroying the earth. Can't do it. Don't worry, we got impossible meat, we've got poop burgers, and we've got bugs for you to snack on. But that meat, oh no, that's no good. We'll give you the alternative. So chocolate, gas, meat, smoking, alcohol, contact sports, caffeine, anything that's spicy. They also said you had to have a license. They said abortion was illegal, but then you had to have a license in order to have a child. And the only fast food restaurant that survived was Pizza Hut. So what's going on in Pizza Hut? Who knows? Yeah, that's right. Alcohol. They said you couldn't have alcohol. You can't smoke. I ain't got no problem with that. Except for the alcohol. Alcohol ain't nothing wrong with that according to the scriptures. But spicy. They say anything that is spicy, anything that's harmful. But the thing was, they said, man, abortion was illegal. But at the same time, you had to have a license in order to procreate. So population control, all that was in effect. How are they going to be able to accomplish that? How are they going to people to submit to stuff like that? They got to have a major event that went on. And in that movie, I think they said it was an earthquake. It was all kind of stuff that went down. They had to combine all of California into one particular county zone. And there you have it. So it's going to take destruction for them in order to, reconfigure into a new order. All right. But best believe this is one of they tricks of the trade is they're bubbling up a new virus to let loose. Let's look at this. A chart of the day. U.S. crude oil production jumps to a record high of 13.3 million barrels per day. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. But I did a lesson on Esau and the American Empire. In particular, the blessing of them dwelling in the fatness of the earth, according to Genesis, I think it's 27 and I want to say 18, somewhere around there. America is the biggest producer of oil, but at the same time, they still oppress the people because they acting like they ain't got the. They still are getting imported oil from the Middle East and all that. You be scratching your head saying, "Why are you still dependent on them?" They got a bunch of different reasons why, but it's all BS. But America is rolling in oil. They're out here at record highs, which only coincides with the points that I made in regards to that lesson. So there you go. And notice I see what I got highlighted up here. Job report blows past expectations as U.S. economy adds 353,000 jobs. We're going to look at that in a second. If that's the case, look, UPS announces 12,000 job cuts after a number of packages drops and income declines by 1.87 billion. 2023 was a disappointing year. Remember, UPS went on that strike. They won. The union won. They was starting with the drivers was making 50 something dollars an hour. People working regularly in the warehouse, they was up to like 20 some odd, $27 an hour, something like that. Oh, Happy Days was here again. I remember I seen 2 UPS drivers like a week after that. A week after that judgment went down, man. I never seen Jake's driving so happy, man. One dude, he's in there bumping music, he's smiling, he's driving. Another dude, he was out here smiling and I'm like, I ain't never seen a UPS driver this damn happy to work. No. Look what ends up happening. The good old days is over. In order to make them payroll, somebody got to go. 12,000 people losing their jobs, and they thought they won a victory. That's how the white man plays, man. But they ain't alone. They're running around talking about how the job reports are so great. 353,000 jobs. Oh, surprised everybody. Unexpectedly, more jobs is on the horizon. But why are we getting all these layoffs starting from January and on? Here's another article. Layoffs in 2024. A list of companies cutting jobs this year. Let's look at the job. Alphabet. Google laid off hundreds of employees in January in divisions, including hardware and internal software tools, as the search giant continues to reverse its pandemic hiring spree. So Google's laying off in the hundreds. Oh, Amazon. They're cutting, 5% of their staff. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, said it would lay off 600 employees, 3% of its total workforce. Citigroup, all the banks, 20,000 jobs by the end of 2026. They're starting now. Duolingo, 17% of its staff gone. 10% of their staff is gone. Discord, free messaging platform and popular with video gamers, said it's cutting 17% of its staff. Who else is laying off? eBay, 1,000 employees. They getting laid off. iRobot, imagine that, 350 jobs, or 31% of its workforce gone. Macy's, eliminating 2,350 store and corporate positions. Microsoft, 1,900. Okta, 400. PayPal, 9%. They're laying off 2,000 people. Rent the Runway, 37 roles, 10% of its staff gone. Salesforce, 700 employees. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sports Illustrated, laying off everybody. UPS, we just got through reading, 12,000. Universal Music Group, 100 to 300 employees globally are going to be in the unemployment line. Unity Software, 1,800. I mean, need I go on? Wayfair, Xerox, Zoom. But white man says everything is great. What's the problem? How is that? Hold on. Where are we at? Okay, we was right here. You already know that. Yeah, by good point. Once they shut everybody down, oh, you gotta get on that universal basic income, man. We're gonna give you your little money, tell you what you can't buy, what is good for. If you don't use it, you lose it. More control. That's why, making sure that everybody knows and understands what's coming down the pipeline. That's why I say, hey, just in case, make sure you got a little something on hand, because you might think you're in a good position, you get laid off, you can't get no food for a hot minute or whatever. Like, they talk about inflation is coming down, but the food prices ain't moving. Food prices going up. I bought, let me see, 5 things yesterday. Preparing for I bought 4 smoothies, and I'm not getting paid for this, but 4 smoothies. Here's one: Naked Juice or Naked Green Machine. 4 of those and a lemonade. $17. Did you hear that? I'm sure all of y'all received it the same way. 4 smoothies and a jam and a damn lemonade. $17. You tell me everything's great. Look, layoff surged 136% in January, the second highest level on record. How in the hell are you getting all these damn 136% layoffs are surging, all them companies we just got through reading? And the white man says, no, don't listen to that. We just added 353,000 jobs. Everything's great. Something ain't right. Something is not adding up. Somebody lying. Bottom line. They talking about the U.S. economy added 353,000 jobs in January, a far stronger than expected gain to start off 2024. Wait a minute. We just seen layoffs surge 136% in January. How do you have all these jobs all of a sudden? What games are they out here playing? People out there looking for jobs right now can't find no jobs. I know people whose hours are getting cut at their jobs. There's no big time hiring. Everybody getting these jobs. What? This is deception. This is a complete lie, man. Throwing out fake numbers, fake advertisement. And if they do have these jobs, guaranteed, these are part-time jobs. These are jobs that are like service industries, things that you're going to need 2-3 of them to survive in today's economy. You got all these commercial markets and commercial real estate buildings collapsing. What are they talking about? You see, this is Esau lying at his in his prime, man. Get prepared, y'all. Get prepared. Continuing on. Look at this. This is Esau for you. Michigan school shooters, mom Jennifer Crumbly and her firefighter boyfriend use swingers app. Look at this. I can't even read this. Michigan school. So if y'all remember this little Edomite man, he shot up a school, killed 11 people, or he shot 11 people. He killed 4 a couple of years ago, right? Now, look what he's raised. Look how he's been raised. Little demon. Michigan school shooter's mom, Jennifer Crumbly, and her firefighter boyfriend used swingers app Adult Friend Finder to recruit strangers for hotel orgies while ignoring her son's plea for help. And if you wonder why Hebrews 12:16 says what it says, look no further. Lest there be any fornicator, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. The boyfriend and the mama's out here combing online, looking to have threesomes and orgies in hotels. And her little demon seed is losing his damn mind, going shooting up schools. This is the epitome of the wicked. He's smiling. Mom with her, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. But nonetheless, another example of how we see Esau as the wicked and profane and wicked, man. Here's another one. Man beheads his father and calls for war on U.S. federal employees in a sick YouTube video. There's another Edomite, man. Killed his pop, chopped his head off, and went live on YouTube. But YouTube taking my videos I did from videos 2 years ago. We're talking about breaking community guidelines and talking about the DVOC 91. But yeah, this guy gets to go live with a beheaded head of his father. I mean, we're living in a bizarre world for real. A man's been arrested after uploading a video of his father's severed head and calling for U.S. federal employees to be killed on site. Justin Moan, 32, begins the YouTube video by staring at the camera. He then holds up what looks like a human head wrapped in a plastic bag. This is the head of Mike Moan, a federal employee of over 20 years, and my father. He's now in hell for eternity as a traitor to his country. And you know, they automatically tied him in with they tied him in with Trump, which is funny. But nonetheless, man, I mean, this is what Esau's up to right now. Look at this. Let me make sure I can read this correct. NIH panel to launch an urgent investigation into evidence Alzheimer's can spread between people. Nearly 8,000 children received the poke in the arm that transmitted memory-robbing conditions. Should we trust the science? Is it safe and effective? I mean, hold on. What did the Most High tell us? What did the Most High tell us? You tell us in Job. Job 13:4 says, but ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. So here we see in the quote unquote medical practice, as they're practicing on people, now they're poking up kids, giving them symptoms of Alzheimer's. And you know what they're going to tell them? Oh, they got ADHD. Oh, they got some other mental health disorder. We're going to throw them on some other particular drugs, but give them some Prozac, give them some Zoloft, give them put them on what's the other one that they give for the Adderall. I think kids all jacked up. Nearly 8,000 children received an injection that transmitted memory-robbing condition. How Alzheimer's can spread between people. Injection gave me Alzheimer's. Look at it. And they're going to double back and say, oh, no, it's a mental health issue, man. That's why he keeps forgetting stuff. That's why he doesn't recognize who's who. That's what? Not realizing it's because they got something shot up in them. Meanwhile, U.S. government paid for 256 pregnancies. Did the government pay for it, or did some tax money pay for it? U.S. government paid for 256 pregnancies. Remember last week, the transmissions needed to get fixed, and they was talking about they wanted the government to pay for it. Remember that? U.S. government paid for 256 pregnancies among Transformers men between 2014 and 2018. Now we know these aren't men. I mean, let's stop the madness. Between 2014 and 2018, costing taxpayers nearly $5 million. Look at this. This is, I hate even talking about this. This is a female that has had her transmission fixed, and now she's a transformer, a Decepticon, carrying seed with her husband. Here's some more Decepticons down here. You understand? And we see what's going on. They're getting this stuff paid for freely. Benefits. Listen, I work in the medical field of insurances, and they have uh, coverages that cover this stuff. They have benefits for Decepticons to get their transmissions updated. You understand? But it can only happen here, as Don King would say, only in America. Only in America. Why America? Because this happens. Uh, Revelation 11:8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. This place embodies the spirit of Sodom. Anything goes. All sexual immorality, all confusion is welcomed. You understand? Decepticons is, alive and well, thriving. Here you go. And guess who's gonna have to fork over some more taxpayer money so that they can go out here and do this? You and me. Let's continue. Look at it. Gender ideology has torn our family apart. Montana family who lost custody of their 14-year-old daughter after refusing to let her transition to a boy reveals their torment. California has the same or has similar laws coming down the pipeline. If you don't let them join the ranks of the Transformers and be a Decepticon, they can get snatched up from you. 14-year-old out of Montana. A Montana mom and dad who lost custody of their daughter after they refused to transition her have told DailyMail.com the ordeal has torn the family apart. Krista Kolstad revealed the family's nightmare began when they received a call that their 14-year-old daughter, Jennifer, told friends at school that she wanted to commit suicide in 2023. Later that night, Child Protective Services went to the Kolstad's home in Glasgow to inspect the house and interview Jennifer, later determining that she needed to transition to get better. I'm going to kill myself if you don't let me become a Decepticon. And guess who rolls up? CPS. Hey, it's your fault as parents that you don't support this idea. It's your fault. She's going to kill herself. What? You know how many stories, videos that's out there, man, of people who went through this whole transmission change and regret it, and they're suicidal now? Just look it up. Look it up. I've seen them. I've read them. Now the kids holding their parents hostage. If you don't let them do what they want to do, or what they're being pressured to do, or what they've been deceived into thinking is the right thing to do, they're getting snatched up from you, man. And then the state will say, "Don't worry, honey. We'll go ahead and let you be, Jessica. You can now be Johnny." And the state's gonna pay for it, honey. Don't worry about it. Mom and dad's gonna lose you. We might lock them up. How would you like that? This is what's going on right now. NYPD officers brutally attacked in Times Square by migrants as wild brawl erupts. I mean, the plot thickens. It just gets even more interesting. First time I looked at it, I was like, how do you know that they're quote unquote migrants, man? I mean, they look like any other Jake in New York. We don't have no identity on them. How are you just saying they migrants, man? We don't know that. Just for the sake of the story. I still don't know that they are or aren't. But if this thing will come on, I'm sure some of y'all might have seen the video, maybe you didn't. But what's so interesting is these dudes definitely rushed the cops, and after the fact, I think they said they stayed a day in jail and let them out. No bail, no nothing. Catch and release, and gave them tickets to go to California next. Here they go right here. Breaking 4 of the illegal migrants who assaulted NYPD officers. New York Times Square may be out. May be on the run to California, according to the New York Post. Maybe letting them out without bail wasn't a good idea. Cops believe the group hopped on a bus bound for California on Wednesday after giving phony names to a church-affiliated nonprofit group that helps migrants get rides out of the city. And look how they get down.
News now, NYPD making 2 more arrests, illegal immigrants, and that attack on officers. Those suspects also allegedly stole an officer's cell phone. Well, that'll help them track you down. So a 5th illegal immigrant accused of attacking 2 New York City police officers over the weekend showed no remorse or just into Fox News now, NYPD.
So the question is, what's really going on? If they're out here letting them ride out and do what they want to do, you see the picture down here. This is where they're going to be able to cause more chaos. You know, if you really want terms of civil war, this is really going to put them Edomites on edge down there at the Texas border. They really going to be shooting the kid. Any instance, they thinking they already put out the narrative. All of them is criminals. They're all bad over here. This ain't the good ones that's coming over here. Like, you can tell the difference just by looking at them, I guess. Oh, the military age man, we already covered the stories, man, that they're going to be recruiting them into the army or into the military. We already covered that, right? Now they're gonna let them tear some stuff. They already tearing up different communities, homes, and everything else. So when the people start rebelling, we already know Esau gonna start shooting first and asking questions later. That convoy is starting to make their way down there right now. They already got some groups out there standing in their way, talking about don't come over here preaching hate, and we don't want y'all down here. Leave them alone. You know, the fabric again is getting torn apart. People is gonna be looking at this. They're gonna say, "Oh, these guys got immunity. They can beat up the cops, get away with it. They're coming to California. Get ready." What's this gonna put in the minds of all of the rest of them? They're gonna say, "Shoot, they ain't stopping us. They letting us do what we want to do. Let them be hungry. Let them deal with whatever." But they're all gonna be utilized. That's what our people don't realize, man. They're gonna be utilized as pawns and weapons in the grand scheme of things. See, Esau just using them to continue on with his agenda, create some chaos, order out of chaos. You understand? So this is what that's about. This is what that's about, man. They stomped out and rushed a couple cops, man. Took their phones, let them in and let them out, and they said we're on our way to Cali. So imagine that. Let's see what ends up happening. Look, Eric Adams warns migrant crisis could bankrupt NYC. Still won't blame Biden. Eric Adams is out there talking about, come on in. We can't wait for you to come. Him and Governor Hochul, or is it Hochul? I like Hochul better. They all told him, we can't wait for you to come. Come on over. Now he's talking about New York might get bankrupt. Can you imagine? New York, big city of dreams. One of the biggest and most popular cities in the country facing bankruptcy. That would be interesting. All in 2024. Let's see what happens. You think hell and all hell and broke loose now. Let New York go bankrupt and the government funding for the housing. Everybody's been living in the projects and all that other stuff under Section 8, and they can't pay for that no more. The grocery store's getting raided, ain't enough food, and oh please. It's really gonna go down. Look, the American city with the message for migrants, we want you. So here, Topeka, Kansas. Kansas is saying, come on over. We want you to come. Now, if they go flooding Kansas, it's gonna be a matter of time for Kansas to say, get out. We don't need you. There's too many. Kansas Capitol hopes to lure migrants with work authorization to fill some of the thousands of open jobs. So if people are looking for jobs, they're saying Kansas says we got plenty and people don't want to work. But they love to get some more Hispanic labor coming on over there. They want some of that Haitian labor. They want some more slaves over there. I mean, this is Egypt for you. said that before, I'll say it again. What happened during the time of ancient Egypt? Famine goes down. Third world conditions is happening outside of the land of Canaan. Everybody had to come in. Jacob and the 70 souls had to come in and get resources, food, clothing, shelter. Ended up what? Becoming laborious slaves to Egypt. Here they come again. While many American cities are struggling with large numbers of newly arrived migrants, Topeka is inviting anyone and everyone with permission to work in the U.S. to come its way. Like many smaller cities, the Kansas capital is grappling with near stagnant population growth and an unemployment rate below the national average, according to city and economic development officials. Finding people to fill its roughly 6,600 open jobs has been a struggle, they say. Choose Topeka. They're out here begging Jace to go down there. So how about this? Newsflash. If anybody looking for a job, hey, look to Kansas. You might not want to move there, but hey, who knows what your situation is? They're claiming they got 6,600 open jobs and can't get nobody to fill them. They waiting for some so-called migrants to come in, begging them to come. So just more folly that Esau goes and puts out there. They begged everybody. They begged them to come over here earlier. Now all of a sudden they talking about get out and go home. We don't want you. Environmental. Alaska sees a record 8-foot pandemic of snow in just 2 months as roof collapse. Alaska been going through it. They're talking about California. They're saying we're getting ready to get hit with major flooding and rains. I think starting next week. Last week we had 1 day of rain on Thursday. Not this past Thursday. I think the Thursday. Was it this Thursday? I forgot which day it was. We had some rain this week. Might have been last week. I don't. Time be moving so damn fast. I can't remember. But nonetheless, San Diego got hit and they was flooded like a mug. I remember Bayan hit me. It was like, Elders, it flooding over there in San Diego? I'm like, nah, not that I know of. Because I'm looking at the rain from LA. San Diego's about 3.5 hours from us. Now I had to look it up. I'm like, yeah, they did. They was getting flooded out. It was Thursday. Yeah, kind of. They definitely did get flooded. You watch some of them videos, man, cars floating down the street, all kind of matters. I'm like, what? It didn't rain that bad, but I guess it did in certain areas. So they're saying it prepare for more rains come this week. They said it's guaranteed flood. They said 97% of California should expect some flooding. That's according to Esau. But we'll see what happens. But Alaska getting hit 8 foot of snow. Can you imagine? It's been a wild winter so far. Look, black man was holding sandwiches in a key when an Ohio deputy fatally shot him. Prosecutors say this happened in 2020. Brother holding keys in a sandwich gets shot. Now that the investigation's open, hold on 1 second, because it look like I'm missing some of this article. Gotta move this up. Let me fix this up a little bit. Fix this up. All right. Now, look at it. Prosecutors say a gun that a former Ohio sheriff's deputy said a man was waving at him when he fatally shot him in the back in 2020 was found in the man's kitchen with the safety on. So here we see white man lying. Says that the brother had a gun that he was waving at him when the truth is he had a sandwich and keys. Now, how's a gun being waved at you and then you shoot him in the back? You would think that if you're facing a direct threat, you would have shot him face to face. Why are you shooting him in the back? Then they said that they found the gun in the kitchen of his grandmama's house with the safety on. The Jake didn't even have a damn gun on it. But look, in his opening statement Wednesday in the murder case against Jason Meade, Special Prosecutor Gary Schroyer shared publicly for the first time where 23-year-old Casey Goodson Jr.'s handgun was discovered. Goodson, who fell when he was shot 6 times, with 5 shots hitting in the back, also had a gun holster with no strap around his waist, Schroyer said. Meade, who is white, has pleaded not guilty to murder and reckless homicide in the death of Goodson, who was black. The sheriff's deputy shot Goodson as he entered his grandmother's house. Of course, was Zechariah 11:5 tell us that they hold themselves not guilty when it comes down to killing and murdering our people. You know, Lamentations 4 tells us that we're out here, our men getting shot in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? And here they go talking about, oh, it was self-defense. This guy had a gun on him. Sandwich and keys, man. Look at this. Memphis Dollar General. This is how backwards of Esau is and how they do our people. Memphis Dollar General worker shares videos of enormous rats after being fired for warning customers not to buy sugar from infested store. They're as big as puppies. She tells she trying to protect the public and telling them don't buy the sugar, don't buy that. We got big ass rats in here, and they fire her for telling the truth. Oh my goodness. The store says you shouldn't be telling people that we got big rats and they eating on the damn sugar packs and all. She gets fired for telling the truth. How does that work? Unreal. Here's another one, man. Attack of the Primates. Terrifying 3,500 strong army of marauding monkeys invade a city center, forcing tourists and locals to flee and stops to close. Here they are in Thailand, man. Look at all these damn, you talk about Planet of the Apes. Invasion. 3,500 monkeys, man, took to the streets, man. But look, let me give one more scripture. The Most High already said that this is going to be part of judgment, man. You know, Sirach 39. Sirach 39. And we're going to read 28 down to 30. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail, famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Teeth of wild beasts is what I want to focus on. Look, you got 3,500 monkeys flooding the streets, taking over the city in Thailand. Brother shared with me also a video and an article of tigers are now invading cities in Russia, eating the dogs, and one man has been killed so far. We're seeing the reversal, man. I mean, the animals now are actually starting to come take it to the streets, as they say. And they're having enough of Esau, man, and the heathen. So 3,500 armies, an army of them monkeys is invading Thailand. Tigers is getting out in Russia. The teeth of wild beasts, man, the Most High let them loose. All right. So we see that going down. All praise to the Most High. And him being true to his word. And we see what's going on. So all praises. Before I close out, I did want to share with y'all. I know, again, with the calendar, many of y'all have hit me up because there's because of the format that the calendar, the link that was placed, is asking you guys to get permission in order to get the calendar. Let me share with y'all real quick how you can attain the calendar. All right. If you go to the Messengers of the Covenant Reloaded page, go to the community tab, right? And I did post a new link in there, Holy Calendar link below. Click on that link, and it should open up the Holy Calendar. All right. So you go to the community page, click on the link, and it should open up the calendar for you, right? So a new link was already posted in there. So disregard that one that you guys had posted earlier that was asking, telling you that you needed permission from the owner. Disregard that one, okay? A new link was put in there. You can retrieve it that way. Also, I will put it in the description of every video moving forward, okay? I don't know if let me see. I don't know if it's showing or not, but when you click on that link, it will show you. Oh yeah, it's not showing. Let me do it this way. So when you click on that link, you're going to get this. Well, it's going to give you the link to the calendar. Yeah, all praises. House of Byron. I know y'all reached out and I sent it to you via email, but there was others too that hit me up that they were getting a request for permission. So yeah, no, it shouldn't say that anymore. If you're clicking on the right one, if you go back, I did a new link. If you're going to, I deleted the other one, right? The one right here, if you click on it, it should open it directly up. Yeah, Con, you shouldn't need to request access anymore. Just go to the community page, go to the community section on MOTC, Messenger of the Covenant Reloaded. You go to the community, scroll down, it should be the first post there. All right. It's still telling you need access because I'm doing it right now. It's not doing it. Let me see. It shouldn't, but I'm going into, let's see here. Now, even still, it might not be as a link, but I just posted it in the video right now. So if you highlight it, copy the link, and let's post it in here. It should open up. So when you just, let me see. Yeah, I don't know why it's telling you need access. I'll double back on it, but I just got through. Let me see. It should only be you see, the only reason why I can't share it is because anything that anytime that I do it is going to give you access to change the document if I share it with you. I could have sworn it should have been corrected, but let's see here. So all of y'all are saying anytime you press it, it keeps telling you need access. Not sure why it's still doing that. Okay, let me look into it a little bit further today. do me a favor. Anybody that needs, uh, let me try to figure it out because I thought that they should have been. Yeah, I thought the link was already set up and fixed, but if it's still telling you that, I'm gonna let me go back over it, y'all. Shalaki, I thought it was finished or fixed, and I thought the request I was getting was for people that was clicking on the old link access. But if it's still not, if it's still telling you that you need access, even from copying and pasting it, and it says that you need access, y'all tried that? All right, so I'm gonna look at it again. It still shows a link posted 2 days ago. Yeah, that should have been the right one. I think I posted the corrected link on Thursday, where it just has the link there. That should have been it. But if not, all right. All right, give me a little time, y'all. Lord willing, I'll have it corrected uh by the close of the Shabbat, and I'll try to get a new link up in there. Let me troubleshoot, see what's going on. Other than that, do me a favor. If you guys would like and you can't wait till the Sabbath or whatever for me to fix your link, just email me directly and I'll just send you the PDF direct. So no link, you'll just get the PDF in the email. Open up the PDF, you can open it up. If you want to wait for the link so that you can just have it at easy access, do that. Otherwise, email me. Email is below. The Covenant 144 at gmail.com. Covenant 144 at gmail.com. Email me and I'll send you the PDF immediately. All right. But I did definitely want to get this link figured out, man. I had a problem earlier. I deleted that one, got another link. That one seemed to be working, but apparently it's still telling everybody you need access that you can't get to the document. So let me figure that out, Lord willing, and then I'll have a fresh link up in there. Otherwise, just email me and I'll drop it to you. All right, we can do it like that. All right. So other than that, man, I'll get that figured out, Lord willing, and then we'll get to it. We'll have our closing Shabbat class in a couple of hours. Come join us, MOTC, and we'll get to it, man. Appreciate all of y'all tuning in, supporting, and always remember, fear the Most High, keep the commandments, but don't shoot your messenger. All right, I'm out of here. Shalom.